I was one of the Native American children, adopted at birth and removed from our country's Indian reservation system. I was raised in a small middle-class farming community, but was never told of my true American Indian heritage. It was still taboo back in those early days. The years passed, and in 1987 I lost both parents. While going through their personal belongings, my wife discovered my adoption papers and she began a search. 5 years later, I was reunited with my biological Lakota family, living on the Lower Brule Sioux Indian Reservation of South Dakota. I am a son of two mothers and a product of two worlds that had collided, but I have an equal amount of love and pride for both. I'm Paul LaRush, and the stories you are about to see are an attempt to share this true American story of a hidden heritage. One of our annual summer tour stops is Crazy Horse Memorial in the Black Hills of South Dakota. Along with meeting thousands of tourists from around the world, we get a chance to meet and hang out with a number of other Native American performers, musicians, and artists. This year, one of the resident performing artists is a very talented wood flute player from the Navajo Indian Reservation in Arizona. It was our first meeting with Jonah Littlesunday, and it didn't take long to become good friends. Like most of us, he has a fascinating life story.
Jonah Littlesunday Yinisha, Ashinish da Kitlichini de Bashichin, Klashida Shiche, Ado, my Nigishidash Nella. My name is Jonah Littlesunday. I am Navajo, the Dene, the people. My clan is the Salt clan. I'm born from the Red House. My maternal grandfather is the Red Bottom people, and my paternal grandfather is of the Coyote Pass. These ones, I love the fact that they're all red cedar. They can be all made of different kinds of wood, oak, pine, cottonwood, but all mines are red cedar. And I love the fact that they're so similar, the length of the holes, but yet the sound's so different. Because the wood is like people themselves. They're not exactly all the same. Each fiber and grain of the wood is thinner, more solid, more together. It makes each piece of wood flute sound different, giving it a different personality. Some of the flutes are nowadays tuned to chords, instrumental chords like G, A minor, F. So it's kind of really neat. But I love the fact that they're all red cedar, but yet they're all so different in personality, especially playing. I'm the first in my family to play the Native American flute. Most of my family are just basic singers and drummers and dancers. My grandmother, Naishimasana, that means my mother's mother, she used to weave her Navajo rugs, and I used to watch her do it. And she listened to this tape cassette. And I was like, and I kind of felt like I wanted to do that for my grandma. I wanted to do that. And so, but I used to walk, when I was little, I used to walk to the trading posts, and they had some flutes like these, and they used to let me play with them, and I used to have fun with it. And to them, they thought it was adorable having a little kid come up and play with their flutes, but they're so expensive. And it wasn't until I was 14 that I really took it serious and started practicing it. The one flute player my grandma used to listen to was actually our Carlos Nakai. He was the one that, and what are the odds? He'd be the same same person to bring me onto Kane Records. It was really amazing for that to happen. When I was little, well, I grew up in the NAC, Native American Church. We had but also among the Navajo culture. So my grandfather was an Atatli, a medicine man, and so a lot of people in my family, they were into Navajo song and dance. They were into powwows, things like that. And one of my greatest memories is the kids my age, all the boys, we would all get sent. If they were having a ceremony was being done in the area, all the boys would be sent there. We would all chop woods, we would clear the area, we do a lot of things to prepare and help. So it was like a community gathering, and I loved that. And it was really fun. And then the music part, the drum was a big part, and the steadiness of it kind of really guided us. And the songs and the culture, it was a part of our daily lives. You know, how can I explain it? As we grow up very young, prayer is a huge thing in our culture. From sand painting to learn how to make pottery, to wood carving, to beading, everything was involved prayer. And so when I started playing the flute, which in my area there was not really many flute players. Flute players were not common in my area, but my grandfather felt it was something that he wanted me to have, and music was praying. So all of our songs, everything we do is prayers embedded in our culture, very deep and very strong. So he wanted me to pray and play. So growing up in my culture, in my area, you know, we praying was a big part. I grew up in a I gotta say, not traditional, not city. My father passed when I was very young, and he got in a car accident, and we were living in Flagstaff, and it was very, very hard. My mom kind of took it hard, and she got consumed with alcohol, and she kept drinking and drinking and drinking, and my siblings, they kind of started to go with who could take care of them. And my twin brother went with my father's side, and I went with my mother's side. But we all came together. And my mom always kind of ended up in and out of jail. And I went to school in Flagstaff, which is a small town, but there was a lot of city life in there. And I would go back to Gray Mountain, which is which is on the Navajo Reservation. But a school bus would come back and forth and pick me up and send me back. On the Navajo Reservation, just I'm sure like any other reservation, there's a lot of exposure of modern life, music, rock, rap, hip hop, R&B. So our people were drawn to that as well, and but we also had problems with drugs, alcohol themselves, and I grew up in a very, very sheltered life. My wife, Pauline, she's the soul of all of this, you know. I've been playing since I was very young. After my mother passed, I got her back from, she went sober and she left all that behind her, but she ended up passing. And my grandparents passed, and we had a lot of funerals in my family. And I kind of lost the heart to play after that, and but my wife wouldn't let me give up. She got me continually playing. Actually, she got me playing again. She really encouraged me, my kids as well, do not give up playing. I never imagined that I would be playing the flute as a career. My how can I explain it? It's like fate. Things just happened. I auditioned for a TV show that didn't pan out, and I put a lot into it, and because I got laid off from my job in Flagstaff, and I auditioned for the TV show America's Got Talent. The producers wouldn't let me on. And the whole reason of doing that was to try to save my house. We got so far behind on our mortgage that we lost our house. We went homeless for a while. This happened in 2015. We were living in a tent and we were homeless. We were homeless through 2016. Another musician who does a flute, Arkalos Nakai, changed our lives, brought me onto his label, Kane Records. But people like hearing me playing my flute, so it's grown into like our own little family business. We got our own really beautiful sound system, and it's just, my wife's become my manager. My wife Pauline, she's become my manager, and my son's become like our own road crew. And they're only 14 and 11, and our oldest is in the Air Force right now, so he's over in South Korea, and but it's taken off really well, and we are doing shows in cities across the country, and it's really amazing and different, because one thing is we had a lot of challenges. I had a lot of stage fright. It's one thing to play for injured animals and playing for a small group of elders or hospital patients than to playing on a stage. I was so scared of the stage. My stage fright prevented me from doing anything. That's why I never pursued my music. And conquering that with my wife by my side has been a feat on its own. My Navajo president invited me to perform for him after my America's Got Talent audition. I forgot my name, my clans, and I threw up. Things were so intense for me, but I did it. And I would never have done it without my wife. And so like I said, she's the soul of my flute playing, and I've evolved. You know, when you're doing your own business, you got to have like how can I explain it? A drive, a passion, and mine was fear. I refuse to ever be put in that situation again, where we were helpless, homeless, frustrated, and no hope. And but I combated that one. There's always hope. There was always hope, especially when you got the love of a wife, the love of your own children. You know, there's always hope. And but I refuse to ever be in a situation like that. And you got to accept things. I play flute. People love it, and I will do. To battle it, to help me over my stage fright. I even sought therapy, saw a doctor. They prescribed me performance anxiety medication. That was a very embarrassing thing for myself, to go see a doctor for that and to get therapy. And there were so many things that I had to do to overcome my stage fright, to get myself ready to be in front of people. It's very, very nerve-wracking, but my fear drives me. And she wasn't looking at me, she's looking around. And finally I got frustrated. I went, there's only one way to do this, old Navajo style. I used a male Navajo mating call. And I went, shh. She gave me a mean look. And I did it again.
Gonna get hit.
Shh. And then she smiled. See?
You're gonna get injured.
It works. The old male Navajo mating call. The second way is breaking out the flute. Okay, you guys ready? Are we ready?
You're supposed to.
This is my wife's song. This is my wife, Pauline Littlesunday. I wrote and composed this song for my wife, inspired by an elderly couple. I was playing in an assisted living facility, and they were in their 110s, celebrating that day their 90th anniversary. And I watched them hold hands, and this tune came out of nowhere. It took me a few years to come up with it and work with it, but it evolved into this song. This is my wife's song, Love's Lullaby. No matter where you walk, you know, you always kind of not just look at your own footsteps, but look further. Answers are always in our past and our people. You know, it doesn't matter how modern things get and how difficult new modern things happen. Drugs is different among our people. Disease is different, is new among our people. Alcohol, you know, from this century compared to centuries ago. You know, you look at centuries ago, answers are always there, and even answers among other cultures. You know, you learn. There's always answers there. Answers of marital problems, answers of drug problems. It's there. You know, it's just taking that pride and putting it aside and seeking the answers. This is actually a very old instrument, the Native American flute. And showing kids through music, old instruments, even drums, rattles, songs. There's a lot of healing and guidance from these. And but I think what prevents a lot of people from seeking is pride. Putting pride among yourselves, looking back on your footsteps, not just your own, but your people. There's a lot of answers there. Yeah. Shh. 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 That's my wife's song.
Thank you for joining us today on Hidden Heritage. I'm your host, Paul LaRush, reminding you that if you enjoyed the podcast, share us with your friends and help us spread the word. Till next time, from all of us in Brule, thank you.